Hello everyone, Praise Good here, and welcome back to more of Tears of the Kingdom. Last time, we spent a lot of time walking along a ridge top and talking about weird dialects that can happen when you mix two separate cultures. And now, me yelling at myself and editing to tell you something about a piece of armor we just acquired. I try and pay attention, but my mind wanders when I'm sitting in front of a recording suite for I think at this point in the session, it'll probably have been like already 5 hours just for these couple of episodes. But I need to do something to draw my attention back to it because I'll be like typing some messages on public forums and like half paying attention to what I'm doing. Anyway, sorry, Scooter Editing, welcome back. What is the bonus that the Armor of Time gives? Because we're really only missing the headpiece at this point. Thanks, buddy. Now let's see if I remember, in the present, to not be a jerk to myself in the past. Is that another? No, it's not. But that is why I kind of like do these playthroughs like this. I'm clear this out. Oh, that's one fun for. I didn't put a pin. I didn't do this one? Oh, shame. But I'm going to go ahead and get that handled. Other than that, I think we're actually... Yeah, I think we're actually caught up on pins and all that jazz for this little area down here. Sort of. I shouldn't put a pin there. I should leave it like that. Let's go get that. Let's go get that last one, though. But I do it like this because some people need help. And I realize, year or two time, that statement is no longer a thing. People who are watching the series in a year or two time, there are people who have basically gotten, as the cool kids say, cracked at the game. And have broken it over their knee. Now you turn blue. You turn blue. Fine. I'll do it this way. There are people people who are still playing Tears of the Kingdom and need, people who are still playing Tears of the Kingdom are basically on their 20th playthrough and don't need a guide anymore. But that's just how I've set up my content. That's just my grave to sit in at that point. I'll dig my hole, I'll sit in it, and I'll be happy I'm sitting in it. Hey, would you look at that? Right on top of the Lightroot. I'm actually glad we got a good shot of it like that. Now you can actually see my method to my madness in action of why I'm doing it like I'm doing it and how I'm plotting my course. But yeah, well, like when I eventually get around to the Oracle games, if they get some kind of release. Actually, I think they have the release. They did get a release. I think they did get a release on the NSO at some point here, yeah? But yeah, when I eventually get around to the Oracle games or Skyward Sword or Spirit Tracks, when I do get around to those games, those will be blind. I'll make those blind. That'll be... And I do it like that because, somebody like yourself who has played any of those games, and be like, these are some of my favorite games because I spent so much time in it. These are my childhood Zelda games. Much like me seeing anybody playing Link to the Past or Link's Awakening would go to somebody's videos who are playing Link's Awakening first time and go, they're playing one of my favorites. It's the same kind of mysticism in that aspect. I understand why you want to go see somebody blind. I understand from both sides of the coin. That's where that conversation, that's really where it all ends. Basically me just going, yes, I understand the problem in doing a series like this. I understand it damns me. I'm still doing it like this because it helps people. Well, it's kind of like the double-sided dichotomy. I don't think dichotomy is the right word, but I'm still going to stick with it. I think it's a two-sided dichotomy of how I do content. I do some games. I cover some games trying to be a helpful walkthrough and a helpful guide to help people beat the game. Whether it's their first time, their 50th time, or they don't care to play it, but they just kind of want to see what the game's like. That's one part of why I do these things. But also, I try and provide that little bit of fun that people are looking for. Just like, you haven't played and beaten my favorite game? I gotta see this. Which also leads me to, like, indie games. Like, I don't know, I early in this recording session, that's a building platform. Earlier in the same recording session, you know, I called out Super Mario Wonder. I called out Sonic Superstars. Like, you know, the big name games, those are usually easy, you know, attention grabbers because they're well known and well established names. Those are easy attention grabbers because everybody knows it. But like the indie games, like I kind of approach the indie games with the same mentality of I could do it blind or I could do it with proper structuring. And I kind of waffle back and forth how I want to approach those too. Simply because, you know, that, I don't know. Not a lot of people will see these indie games, I'm well aware, but like, the few people who are just like, wait, that's my favorite indie game. What is this person doing playing my favorite indie game? Listen, man, your favorite indie game caught my attention at some point. I would like to experience this joy. Undeba. I'm pretty sure what I'm seeing on the map is just a monster camp out here, yeah. Or no, that's the, it's a teleport to the surface. Yeah, those teleports to the surface things are going to be kind of important later on, and I've done that. Wow. And I did that, so, yeah, I guess we can go back around this side, although getting up there's going to be wrong. Alright. I probably could have waited on the drink thing, cause just because I'm going to handle it, but I think, yeah, there's a hole right here, so... Sorry, I'm looking at the map, seeing how I can get back up there. Yeah, I'm going to warp back to this one, and I'm just going to dive in and get these light roots and come around the backside of the abandoned Haber mine. Yeah, that's a good vantage point. Let's head off. So the only thing you've really missed is I basically ran up the cliffs, the ridge side a little bit, and then I drank a hasty elixir to make my run even more quicklier. Whatever, words are hard. I never claimed to be a scholar of the English language. I just speak it because I had no other choice. Wow, really just holding yourself at gunpoint for over the English language, aren't you? Yeah, kinda. Then again, I try not to focus a lot on language studies I do in my free time, but like, it's just kind of the thing, you know, you grow up in a place, you learn that language, and then it's up to you to decide if you're going to learn another language. In most scenarios. I realize that because I live in the state of America. Yeah, the entire state of America. Because I live in the section of the world known as America, I get the benefit that if I don't want to, I don't have to learn another language. Because a lot of people, other places in the world, it's just, they have this, like, learning English as a second language is kind of commonplace. Because apparently English is just the common ancestor language for a lot of people to learn, or at least to communicate in. But folks in America, if we don't want to, we don't have to learn that. Perish. I missed. Perfect. Anyway. But the, yeah, it's something profound going on there. Forgot it. Whee! But, yeah, I mean, in America, if we want to learn another language, that's pretty much on us. It's not required. It's not an academic necessity. It's purely on the person to be like, yeah, I would like to learn a second language, or third, Hey, a rift. I love rift. Surprised I didn't get one of their boats they're putzing around in, but whatever. Can't win every battle. Let's see. Now, what is the best course of action from here? Because oh, Lightroot's right up there. Yeah, I mean, I've already done everything I need to do at this E-Clan base. I just need to not touch that, which, can I break those apart? A thought occurred. Can I break those apart? Yes? Hold on, this is not gonna drive me crazy if I don't do this. Huh. What is it? What? Oh! Huh. Neat. I'm gonna need you to just go over there and not exist. That's neat. I didn't realize that was how that was powered. You break stuff down, like, a lot of things just become blatantly obvious what they are. That's good. That's how the world works. Shut up. I don't need no backspace from you. I can give it to myself plenty fine, thank you. I'm accusing me. I'm gonna go backsass myself into a Lightroot. I should have taken that boat, shouldn't I? We're gonna find out in a second. Nope, we're fine. But the whole learning other language thing, like, you know, I do want to learn other languages because I do want to, like, try my best. I realize I am not a sparkling conversationalist. I very much have NPC energy when it comes to talking outside of these recordings. But I would like to learn multiple languages in my lifetime, just to help bridge the gap and make, you know, kind of like tear down the walls that stop people from talking to each other. Which is why my preferred choices for those, I just realized where I am and I have to look out for battle arenas. Although I realize the stupidity in that statement when I say it and then turn around and go, yes, Scooter, that's why you've chosen one of the hardest languages to try and understand coming from English, Japanese, and then one of the easier languages, Spanish. Which is weird that I would say my understanding of both those other languages are probably about on par with each other. Even though my Japanese is entirely... That's just a monster camp, right? Okay. My Japanese is all self-taught via... We'll say applications. Free applications, and we'll leave it at that. Ooh! Friend! I thought I could roll my R's today, but apparently not. Actually, while I'm remembering it, put a sword here. It's kind of weird that I feel like my Japanese is on par with my Spanish, where I had 6 years of schooling for Spanish. Started in junior high and then kept it into high school, did AP Spanish, and then I never took it into college. And then self-taught with Japanese. Hi! How's it going? Can I shoot your brain pan? Yes! Wow! Shot of the gosh darn century right there. Anyway, up the arm we go. I'm just not listening to the music here. Okay, he's gonna fling me off. Let me just wait on that. Can I just... That doesn't... Did that work? Oh, that worked. Huh, I don't have to waste an arrow on it. Neat. I realized in editing that I could probably do something like that. Man, this thing is sturdy. Anyway, let's hold off on anything. Let's wait for the pop. You're up. Here's your parcel. you blow up quick before I hit the ground? Thanks. And we're done here. Scooter, stop dunking on what is supposed to be some of the most terrifying fights in the game. No. Alright, you know, I'm going to Lightroot in a second. Let me just go through and grab it like this. Yeah. Scooter, stop dunking on some of the hardest bosses, some of the hardest mid-bosses in the game. No. But yeah, like, I feel like that's kind of like, I talked about dreams of voice acting earlier in the scoring session, so I feel like I'm just talking dreams in general at this point. I also need to slow the hell down when I speak. Holy cow. I just heard myself back. But like, that is something else I would like to achieve kind of as a dream at some point. Is like, be, not for all languages, but like, for, at least for a handful of them, be somebody that can help break down the language barriers on communication. I just realized I did the thing where I did not put down a pin for Lightroots I have discovered. Yeah, close enough. We're good there. Yeah, we're good there. Alright. And, oh, I think it's a mine right ahead of us. Nice! I think I made the right decision in going this way. And because I have all the Lightroots, I can now just warp around however I wish. But, yeah, I would, like, I kind of like, me as a person, would like to break down the barriers of language to help communicate. A walking dictionary, a walking English to a blank dictionary, as it were. I don't know. If, you know, my time on this planet permitting, I would like to do many, many languages, oddly enough. Like, I realize I called out Japanese and Spanish specifically because those are the two I know any part of and could probably speak to some degree. Ooh, Windmaker set. Like, those are the only two I can speak to some degree, and even then, it's still shoddy at best right now. But, like, I learned other languages too. Have me out here being like, I don't know, I guess he wasn't knighted, but like, being like Christopher Lee. Being fluent in 3 languages, conversational in 7. I feel like that's gonna end up being my lot in life. Just gotta hope that my brain will let me cram all that in there. But yeah, no, I don't think I got much else I can really in the tank for that particular conversation, to be honest. It's just, I would love to talk with people in more languages than English. Much like I'm pretty sure there's at least a handful of people that would like to talk to people in more languages than whatever their preferred language is. I shouldn't call it specifically Japanese because I feel like that's like the second most spoken language. Or no. I think there is a study out there that says like, what is the most spoken language in the world? And I think it's like, it is English is like the top spoken language. American or European, doesn't matter. And then I'm pretty sure it's Spanish. And then after that, it kind of goes off the rails. I think after that, it's either French, Japanese, or possibly even Chinese. God, that's gonna be a bag of worms. I feel like if I ever get Spanish and Japanese under control in my brain for how to speak it, I feel like I'm gonna go for the next. I feel like I'm gonna go for the next stupidest thing and like be like, oh yeah, you know, I got these 2 languages under my belt. I've got an English derivative and, you know, Japanese, something that's totally off the walls. Let's go for a Japanese derivative language and go for Chinese. Or Tagalog. I realize it's not, like, actually derivative of Japanese, just they probably share a lot of similar structuring. How many of you are down here? And why am I not afraid of you? It's worrying me that I'm not afraid of any of these enemies. me first. Hey, there it is. Got my comeuppance. I'm going to think about how I messed that one up. Everyone, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Take care.